Included, among other things, occult sciences and religious mystical practices, extraordinary paranormal abilities.
With this area, the Annahme was especially intensive. Even before the war, Himmler had ordered an investigation into all members of the society for possible paranormal abilities. In the Annahme staff records, it was meticulously noted who had which skills. During the war, those with paranormal powers were summarized in a special department. Unfortunately, there is no information about the further work and possible results of this department.
There are no results.
Probably the merging of diverse paranormal abilities was an attempt to make contact with the highest unknown, to create what is referred to in internal linguistic usage as an external spirit. If contact could be established, a way would be found to enhance the technological superknowledge of ancient high cultures, to revive for their own purposes. December 1919. In a secluded ranger's house near Loch Descal, several members of the secret Thule Society, a precursor to the Ahnenerbe Association, met. Among those gathered are also two experienced mediums. One disguised herself with the mystical name Sigrun. The other was Maria Orsic from Zagreb. In a state of trance, Orsic reported on a civilization living on the star Aldebaran. During the meeting, she revealed a wealth of technical information that the breathlessly listening audience noted down with trembling hands. Orsic passed on technical construction details to them, the construction of an unusual flying device, which was supposed to have the ability to change the course of time. The dream of the secret society is already coming true, for the members of the Thule Society were convinced that it would be possible to construct a time machine. With their help, one could dive deep into history to gain the knowledge of those who perished, to revisit cultures. This is the only known construction drawing of the so-called beyond flight machine of the German scientist and well-known inventor Victor Schauberger. In 1922, the first model of the afterlife flying machine was built. The flying device had 3 discs rotating parallel to each other. Through the rotation of the bottom and top disc in opposite directions, an anti-gravity effect was supposed to be achieved. According to witness statements, the construction could not only hover in the air, but also alter the time structure around it. People were convinced that with this techno-magical device, they possessed a prototype for flying discs that did not rely on the conventional planets, based on principles. Special divisions of the SS were concerned with the further development of these flying discs, who worked closely with the Ahnenerbe.
2 main ideas
30 and 2 core ideas were essential to S leadership. Firstly, the creation of the superhuman, and secondly, the mastery of techno-magical energies. This included not just mastering nuclear energy, but undoubtedly also the production of disc-shaped flying devices with a fundamentally new flying technique.
Devices, that is the creation of fundamentally new types of flying technology.
The search for ideas went in all directions, supported by engineers, occultists and the staff of selected historians. During their research trips, they collected rare documents, from which they hoped to gain further insights. Obviously with success, as Werner von Braun, one of the chief thinkers of German rocket technology. We later stood in a small circle.
We were able to make use of a lot from these documents for ourselves.
Hitler was regularly informed about the results of the research. They fascinated him so sustainably that he believed in German wonder weapons and new flight technologies until the end of the war. Even though the best constructors and engineers were employed, knowledge about the flying saucer's spinning principles and anti-gravity remained significantly incomplete. The technology could not keep up with the ideologically determined specifications. In July 1934, the officials invited Victor Schauberger for further collaboration. They had heard about his implosion engine that required only air and water to generate energy. Schauberger agreed to develop a propulsion system for the flying saucers based on his invention. Just 5 years later, the first experimental model named Vril took to the skies. A very rare photo shows the model's maiden flight in the year 1939. To accelerate the work, the SS Special Unit E4 was established. Their task was to review and verify all reports of unidentified flying objects. No stone was left unturned in the quest to unlock the secrets of the techno-magical flying discs. Yours, Sly.
I spoke with Hermann Oberth, a German professor, comparable to Konstantin Tsiolkovsky. He was the teacher of Werner von Braun.
Transmission of German wildlife. This is the first big rocket. I needed a Lobo for that purpose.
When I asked him about the flying objects, he said, I heard something about Vril too, but the SS controlled us so much that we couldn't find out anything exact.
How do people make them there in Snezhinka, in the neighboring area, and so on?
It is certain. At the end of 1942, the first lightly armed flying disc took off under the name Vril 1, with a diameter of 11.5 meters, into the air.
It was claimed that by the end of the war, 17 such flying devices had been manufactured.
Yes, and not to
Such
be
claims
followed.
should be approached with caution. I believe there were no mass-produced units, only individual examples. The Germans apparently wanted to use them as observation objects. Viewed from the side, a flying disc is practically invisible. 2 generals who participated in the Battle of Kursk said that they saw something shaped like a disc hanging in the air during the battle. What it was and whether it was at my German school...